Hi, and welcome to my repair video of the Samsung 226 BW model monitors. If you are like me and thousands of other people who have purchased this monitor, you would have noticed at around 3 years exactly, basically the monitor will start flashing and blinking and basically almost give you seizures to a point where you can't stand it anymore. And the longer you wait, the longer it takes to actually become usable. So it will keep flashing longer. Like at first, when it first started, it was like 5 minutes. Then eventually became 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now when you turn it on, the monitor won't even turn on. The monitor will stay off for a good couple of minutes, then turn on and start flashing. Now this is usually a problem because of a bad capacitor. So first thing you should do is disassemble the stand, take the stand out. Then the second part after that is to remove the stand assembly. There's 3 screws and this pops right out. After that, you notice there's arrows. There's arrows basically indicating where there's more screws that are holding the actual casing onto that. You take those screws out and then the bottom will become loose, but then the sides will still have interlocking mechanism which you could pry open with a trusty butter knife. Okay, I'm gonna get that started and I will talk to you in a bit. As you can see, it's starting to come apart around the seams and edges. Wherever you can get out, just stick the butter knife in, give it a good pry, and it'll come right out. And once this comes out, you can see all the parts inside. Can't wait. And after that, this thing comes straight off. Just be careful because as you can see, where the buttons are, there actually is a cable that runs across. So you need to actually, well, you can't do it with one hand and holding the cam, but you have to actually flip it over and disconnect the cable before moving forward. Give me 1 second. Alright, now that I have 3 hands, it said this ribbon runs across. There you go, ribbon's out. Gotta remove some tape though, and good to go. This front part comes out. Let's save this for later. Alright, so we have actual LCD screen. And the back. Save this for later too. Alright, so you have the screen, the back of the screen, everything in there. First things first, detach the ribbon on top. If you see it on top of here, you see there's a blue ribbon. Detach that. Okay, you just basically pinch down and pull it out. Or if you want, you could use the butter knife and just pinch down and just guide it out. Very simple. Okay. Next is this. Let's remove this. seems to be a cable here that you can't detach right now. Alright, seems like to flip it this way. Right. Some kind of locking mechanism that I need to get to. Give me a sec. Basically, after, what you could do is first you could remove this ribbon, as we did before. Next step is to remove what's connected to this. Over here there's a ribbon, just need to reach on under, hit it, and pull it out. And that will be this ribbon over here. Then you could unscrew two small screws, two black screws, one white screw, like this, grounding screw. And then you could take this board out. When you take this board out, you could then take these, which are these 4 wires. Now, the way that these are arranged, the blue's on top and the pink's on bottom on both sides. So it's always blue on top, pink on the bottom. Just in case if you forgot and you didn't write it down. So, but yeah, my first suspicion was right, that the caps are blown, the capacitors. Notice right here, the tops are all bumped up. Normal cap should be down, should be flat and flush. But these end up becoming bumped up. Now this one's fine, this big one you need to be careful of. This big one is actually probably where you could actually get an electrical shock from. So be very careful about this big one. Now for these 3 small caps, 90% of the time if you're having flickering problems, it's these 3. These 3 are the ones that most likely went bad. So what happened is you should then go to Radio Shack or anywhere online, whatever, and purchase replacement caps. Desolder them out from the back, solder them back in with the new fresh caps, and you should be good to go. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that pay attention to the charge. See these lines? These are all the negative charge. If you put them in backwards, they basically will instantly puff up and might even pop. So be careful on that. And the stuff inside is not so good for you. Alright, so just reassemble as is, and should be good to go. Welcome back. To desolder this bad boy, what you need is a soldering iron and a solder wick or a solder sucker. Now what you have to do is, on where the bad capacitors are, you have to heat up the solder points and just wick it away or suck it away. Should be pretty straightforward and simple. Welcome back. I just desoldered 3 capacitors, and basically the trick you want to do is put the soldering iron on it. Wait first for the soldering iron to get optimum temperature. Once you put it on the solder bits, the bits should just melt off like butter. And then just pull the faulty parts out. As you can see, the top is, well, I can't really focus with this thing. This is Flip Ultra. Oh, piece of crap. Anyway, can't really see too good because it doesn't zoom for you. But yeah, these things are all popped up, so they're no good. So solder new capacitors on there. You want 3 new ones. Make sure you get 3 of the same exact capacitance as well as the voltage. You could go with the voltage. You could go up a little. So if it's like 25, you could go like 30, 35. It's no problem. So 01, the crappy CapXon. Replace with the Nippon. The Nippon one. So when you're soldering, when you put the new capacitors in, make sure you bend the ends so they stay in place. You heat them. You heat the metal parts, not the solder directly onto it. You heat the metal, and then the solder should melt onto it, flow as you will. And then make sure the solder at the end is secure and it's also shiny. That's when you know you did a good job soldering. And now, time to reassemble this thing back in. It's been like over a week since I got all these parts. I hope I know where they all go. Wish me luck. Welcome back. Screwed everything in, plugged it up, and powered it on, and guess what? It's working. Now to see this already means it's working. If it wasn't working, then it will start flashing. It's the menu. No, I think it's the menu. You can switch. It won't let you go to the menu. Oh well. But it's working. It's good news. Great. Now what do I do with the 2 other monitors that I just bought? I think they'll be jealous.